Good morning, children. In the last class, we had studied about the 5-year plan, that is total 9 5-year plan we had studied. Also, we have seen that which all the field the government has implemented the 5-year plan, like Jawahar Rojgar Yojana, India Awas Yojana, all that we have studied. And I told you to just learn it by heart. Any one 5-year plan will come for exam sure. Now today let us move towards nationalization of banks. Page number 18. Now before we study about the nationalization of bank, what do you mean by nationalization? Nationalization means when the banks were given, or they have taken the government has taken the responsibility of banks. Okay, we are going to study about the banking was monopoly of private sector. Private sectors were taking the monopoly means only one power will be there, only one person will be handling the entire that banking system. That is called as monopoly. Mono means one, poly means the control. So the monopoly of private sector was ended and the government started taking the banking sector under their rule. That is called as nationalization of banks. So I hope you have understood about nationalization of banks. Let us move further. During the tenure of Prime Minister Pandit Nehru and Lal Bahadur Shastri, banking was the monopoly of private sectors. They were working towards developing industrial sectors. So what happened? The directors of this bank, that is the private sector, the directors, they were working towards developing industrial sector and increasing its profit. So they started taking this banking field as a field of making profit and developing industrial sectors by giving the loans and by spreading the banking sector. In order to stop this, the government nationalized the Imperial Bank in the year 1955. What to stop? That the private sector people were making profit by taking the banking sector under their control. So government decided to nationalize. Nationalize means to keep a power on this bank, and that like this Imperial Bank was started in 1955, and later on it got converted into State Bank of India. And this State Bank of India opened several branches all over the country in a short while. So you can see that wherever you will go, you will find there is State Bank of India, isn't that? So that is the government, it's a nationalized government bank. Got it? That is about nationalization of banks. Now, background of nationalization. India had adopted a mixed economy after independence, as we have discussed before. Nationalization of bank was essential to cover the deficient if they occur while implementing different schemes. Okay, so Congress Forum for Socialist Action demanded nationalization of commercial bank. So for the economic development, it become very, very important to nationalize the bank, because the profit that we are getting from this bank would be going to the government treasury, whereas the private sector banks will be, the profit will be in the private people, in the hands of private people, whereas in the nationalized bank, that is the State Bank of India and all other nationalized bank, the profit will be going to the government treasury once they were nationalized, isn't that? Along with this, the policy of developing small industries and pharmaceutical industries. What do you mean by pharmaceutical? Pharmaceutical means the industries, those who are producing medicines. Okay, medicines that had to be implemented. Lal Bahadur Shastri undertook the experiment of green revolution in order to overcome food shortage and drought. And during that time we have seen that there are so many states those who are going under the drought means opposite of flood. So Lal Bahadur Shastri, he brought the revolution in the bank, and also he brought the green revolution. During the tenure of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, Congress Forum for Socialist Action, like a group, National Congress Party, they formed a group inspired by socialist ideas, made a demand for nationalization of commercial bank. Even the Communist Party supported this demand. So like this, 6 more banks were nationalized in 1980. So here children, you could see in this PPT the banks were given. The 14 nationalized bank. These all are I have given the list of 14 nationalized bank. Okay. These all are the nationalized bank. Indira Gandhi on the year 19 July 1969. 4 major commercial banks were nationalized. So now let us see about 20-point program. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi announced the 20-point program on 1st July 1975. And the main provisions of this program were, there were 5 points are there. Let me give you in detail. It's detail, you have to read it. I'll just give you in points. Okay. Land ceiling for cities and agriculture land. That means equal division of wealth, minimum wages for workers, increase in water conservation scheme. So here that in the villages, the equal division of wealth should be there. Means it should not be that poor become more poor and rich become more richer. That should not be there. Equal wages should be there. Isn't that for the workers? Now wages means the daily that we are getting. It's not salary, daily wages for the workers. And the increase in the water conservation scheme. Water should be conserved, protect water. So like this, the scheme should be started. National training schemes were started. Workers' participation in industry, feeling free bonded labor. And bonded labors means in the villages, it will be the villages, those who are landless laborers, they were working on the others' farm. And they are getting like in a monthly, they are getting money. Isn't that? So they are called as bonded laborers, and some of them, they don't give them also wages. Their bonded labor were freed. Prevention of tax evasion. Evasion means the increasing. There should not be more tax collection. Economic crimes and smuggling. Economic crime should not be there, like people are doing the like more and more money they are getting in some or other way. That is all smuggling. That should not be there. Regulation of prices of basic necessities. The basic necessities in a daily, whatever the necessities are there, the commodities, their prices should not be increased. And improvement in the public distribution system. The public, they should be getting the daily commodities in a cheaper price. Improvement in the textile industries by developing handloom sector, and the handloom sector will be given more priority so that the people in the villages, they also get job. Isn't that? Waiving loans for weaker sections, and the weaker sections of the society, those who are poor, their loans should be waived off. Housing communication facilities should be improved, making educational equipment available to schools, and all the education equipment should be available to the schools. These all are the 5 main provisions of 20-point program, which was introduced by Indira Gandhi, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi on 1st July 1975. Important point, mark this point, 20-point program. Okay, now let us move towards the issues of workers. During that time, what the workers were facing, the problem, issues of workers. The first textile mill was started in Mumbai on 11 July 1851 by Kawasji Dewar. Mill started in Dadar, Parel, Bhaikhala, Shivdi, Prabhadevi and Worli. And this part came to be known as Girangaon or town of mills. So these all places, the many mills were started, textile mills were started, and all together they were known as Girangaon or town of mills. Okay, you may get this type of questions in fill in the blanks or one word. In the 1980s, the increasing unrest among workers were due to economic condition in other sectors. In 1980s, this all the mills, the workers, they were not getting proper wages, so the unrest started in those mills. In some industries, the wages of workers were increasing. They were also getting more amounts as bonus, whereas some of the mills, they were not, some of they won't get the wages also, bonus also. They were getting more facilities than the textile mill workers, whereas in the other they won't get, they were not getting anything. So like this, the inequality were there in the textile mill with the workers. In the Diwali of 1981, the workers expected to get bonus of 20%. The Rashtriya Mill Mazdoor Sangh, which was negotiating with the employers, agreed upon 8 to 17% bonus without taking the workers into confidence. So like this, that they were expected 20%, but that Sangh, that what you call that, the Rashtriya Mill Mazdoor Sangh, they agreed 8 to 17% bonus, and this cut in bonus proved to be cause of unrest among the workers. Okay, some workers went to Dr. Datta Samant. They asked him to accept their leadership. On January 18th January 1982, 2.5 lakh workers went on strike. Workers started jail bharo agitation. 1.5 lakh workers took march to legislature assembly. Why? Demand of their wages and bonus. Mills moved from Mumbai to Surat in Gujarat. Central government nationalized 13 textile mills. Strike of textile mill workers was a failure. So like this, that some of the mills were moved from Mumbai to Surat and some of the mills were taken away by central government. Like this, the textile mill, the strike of textile mill workers was a failure. They did not get whatever they have been fighting for. Okay, so that was the issues of worker. Got it, children? So this we have seen. This we have seen today. Now in the next class, only few two topics are only there, and that's why I am not completing next period. We will complete this chapter, new economic policy, remedies of economic policy and World Trade Organization. Only 2 points were there, so that we will complete in the next period. By this time you don't have to write anything, just read out. This lesson is a little bit big, so and it's a bit difficult also, so you have to read out, read the chapter, not simply blindly copy the answers. Read the chapter. This time you will be getting the question answers from the textbook. Okay, so see that you will read out, and any doubts if you have, you can ask me. Okay, take care, bye.